Welcome back to the afternoon session. We've got the 72 kilogram class this afternoon. I'm joined by Ryan Lapadap, the Alico SPD Uplift 2018 IPF Classic World Championships here in Calgary, Canada. And we have got some monster opening squats in the 72 kilogram class women.
Yeah, Anna Castellane is an absolute lion. Won the Worlds in Classic, won the Worlds Equipped, has pulled for the win. I remember in Texas, she's literally back to the wall, missed her second attempt, raised her third regardless, and pulled for the win in a titanic effort. Expect to see some guts shown out here on the platform.
And we are kicking off with Annette Peterson from Denmark with 120 kilograms.
In Calgary, Canada. Here's Denmark, Annette Peterson.
And the one flight in the 72s.
She's hit 135, so this should be well within her means and move fairly smoothly. Yep.
And load the bar up, ladies and gentlemen.
Dina Power from the Republic of South Africa looking to open at 130 kilograms.
Dina with the second best last name for powerlifting we've seen at the World Championships, next to Ron Strong.
Ron Strong and Dina Power.
Now she's hit 122.5 before. That is a lot heavier. I'm assuming she's made some major gains. I hope she's not.
The 122 was at the Commonwealth Championships last year.
So let's hope she, a year later, it's an opener. I mean, I'm hoping she's not towing that line.
She certainly made a lot of progress. Having to work for it, but she has the power.
Yeah, that should be good.
Oyuka Okada from Japan, 135.
Mr. Petersman is in the house. Mr. Petersman.
And the Japanese lifters have been fantastic to watch all week, so we'll be keeping a close eye on Yuka as well.
I'm going to assume she has a really good bench press setup.
Prize loaded for Yuka from Japan, 135 kilos.
Safe assumption. She's hit 140 before, 5 kilo under that, and we're assuming she's also made some progress since then. Well done.
Nice technique. As you'd expect, she gets pulled up on depth on just one side there, but 2 lights is enough. Nina Kondrasheva from Russia, 142.5. And she is a masters lifter competing in the Opens. I think she actually finished second in the Russian Championships last year.
Born in 1960,
Yep, she
58 years old and in the Open.
In the Opens and competitive. I think she came second in the Open Russian Championships
That is
last
amazing.
year.
She has a 150 kilo squat under her belt for a nomination. This is 142.5, so we're hoping it's well within her means. But that is fun. Pushing 60 years old and in the Open.
She totaled 430, I think, in the Russian Championship.
Wow, and that moved really smoothly too. Hats off to her.
Showing the young guns how it's done.
That's right. Well, we know weightlifting is the fountain of youth.
Anilda Anadottir from Iceland, 147.5 kilograms.
She's hit a 155.
Here comes on the Hilder Anna She hails from Iceland, and she's got
So this is within her means, we're assuming.
155 was at the Arnold Classic last year, I think. So plenty of time to improve.
Yeah, year-old. We're assuming she's moved past that. Let's see how she moves. 147.5.
Well, she certainly drops into that hole fast.
Yep. Leaves no doubt for depth. And uses the momentum to spring out of that hole.
Hey, Takechu from Japan, 150 kilograms. Another one of the Japanese lifters to watch.
This would be 5 kilo under her nomination. But so far, these ladies are just destroying their nominations. On pace to, anyways. Looks good.
Didn't look too challenging for an opening lift.
Nope. Yeah, I thought it was borderline depth. Probably doesn't want to cut that any shorter.
Anne-Marie Larsen Loberg from Norway, 157.5. And what do you think, Ryan? Is anyone going to challenge the Brazilian in this session?
I would say keep your eyes on Rhea Stin. She's a wily veteran, been powerlifting since her teens. She's medaled several times in the Worlds, and they've done battles several times before as well. So I'd say she's the chief competition.
All right, well, you heard it from Ryan. Let's keep an eye on Rhea Stin.
Also, Sweeland Zealander as well is right up there and can challenge. But Anna, I'm telling you, when the pressure is on, she kicks it up another level, puts it up another gear. We could see some dramatics. Let's hope someone pushes her into there.
Louise Miller, 160 kilograms from Ireland. She competed last year at the World Championships as well. This is 5 kilos under her best squat from last year. And I think last year might have been her first World Championships. So building that experience.
Should be good.
And she gets 3 white lights.
160.
Verona
She's on
McPeak
the
from
board.
Ireland.
Yeah, that looks right on that line for depth.
165 kilos for Ireland.
Original lifters, bars loaded after short founded strength militia. This is Verona McPeak. She's known as the Killer Bee.
Back-to-back Irish lifters here. Oh, wow. Look, move very well.
Yeah, she got into a little bit of trouble just through the sticking point, but she lifted that chest and fired it up.
Now, it should be noted, the Russian M2 lifter is moving 152.5 kilo for a second attempt, equaling the M2 world record. She does not get chips in the open.
Yep,
so
she has to do the extra 2.5.
Yeah, so for now, she's going to tie the world record, and we'll see if she goes to break it on her third.
Maria Letnes, Norway, 167.5. No problems with that lift at all.
So far, no dramatics in the openers.
Barbara Orvia from New Zealand, 175 kilograms.
Bars loaded, Barbara Ova.
One of the younger lifters in this group.
Born in 93.
Not a whole lot of international experience, but has certainly hit the oceanic stage, coming first.
Yeah, there's a lot of good lifters out in that region.
Handles the weight without any problems.
Yep.
A bit difficult to see the depth from the angle we're on, but the referee says good enough.
Good enough indeed. Yeah, she wasn't moved around at all. Stayed upright. Nails depth.
Rhea Stin from Canada, 177.5.
And she's a pretty decent all-round lifter. Not really a specialist in any one particular facet. Solid on the squat, solid on the bench, solid on the deads, and that's how you build your total. And then put yourself in a position to pull for a podium finish.
And she has plenty of experience on the international platform.
Oh, yeah. No, she's not rattled at all, not overcome by the moment.
And handles the opening lift well.
Yep, she is.
Oh, not quite deep enough.
Maybe just
And
a
that's a
stitch
no
high.
lift.
Take a look at this replay. Well, yeah, I guess it's on the line. She did get one white. Maybe that was the angle with the white, but you know, it's one of those decisions now. The coaching staff, does she retake that weight or move up regardless? Or retake the weight and do a big jump in her third, because she's one of the medal favorites and doesn't want to lose ground already.
That's true. And Annika Zalander from Sweden, another one that might just find her way up there, putting some pressure on.
Well, she's one of the medal favorites, and she has to be happy that Stin missed her opener.
She's got a 182.5 opener.
From Sweden. 182.5 kilos.
She's hit 187.5 in competition. Oh, wow.
Textbook
Look
squat.
out. She's, okay, so she's feeling good. Total
She is
stark
feeling
contrast.
Very good.
Throws up the heart to the crowd.
That was a textbook squat. Ana Castellan from Brazil, 190 kilograms. And we're about to find out if she's feeling fresh and ready to go.
When you do battle with Anna, you're doing battle with a lion. She is fierce.
From Brazil.
Bares her teeth.
And
Look
there's
at
the 190 to open.
200 kilo is the world record. That world record is in danger, my friend.
I think she's going to be threatening it today.
I think all the contenders are in danger too, but we'll see.
So we'll come around to our second attempt for Annette Peterson from Denmark. Just to note that Annette Peterson is also a masters lifter, born in 1968 and competing in the Opens.
So we're still just a little shy from her personal best,
Pedersen, Denmark, 130 kilos.
leaving herself a little room for her third squat. So Rhea Stin is actually opting to up the weight despite missing her opener, because she doesn't want to lose too much ground from the other contenders.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough decision when you're in that position.
Yeah,
You take the opener again. You've already put yourself behind the 8 ball.
yeah.
You know, do you take that risk and go up a little bit? You're just trying to keep up there.
Whoa, pitch forward a little there.
But she stands it up.
Yeah, and you could definitely see the 10-kilo jump taking its effect.
Nina Power, the power lifter from the Republic of South Africa, 135 kilograms.
Bars loaded Tina Power, Republic of South Africa. She's a candidate attorney.
So Anna Rosa has jumped to 195 and her nominated squat 196. We're getting close to her best, and that'll be a good indication if we could see a 200.5 kilo squat in her third, or if she backs away from it. No. And here's... Now she has no opportunity to stay with the bar there.
Yeah, that was completely unintentional falling forward there. The bar just got
So
the better
if we
of
see
us.
slow-mo, see her elbows go straight back. She's shooting the bar over her own head. Your elbows got to go downwards and prop you up. So when you see, I see it in her opener, and I was thinking about her elbows are literally straight back, and the force when she pushes her legs is going to go forward.
Not much you can do to beat that. Yuka Akoda from Japan, 140 kilograms.
She is okay, and she'll be able to come back out, and with some adjustments, she might be able to hit that weight. I don't know if she's going to adjust on the fly like that, though.
Bars loaded for Yuka Okada.
140 kilograms for Yuka Akada.
Nicely done.
Just like the Japanese, chest up, head up.
Yeah, and you very rarely can read their faces either. You know, oftentimes, if you're coming into a medal position, you want to read how hard was it for them, and then you could base that how hard it was on what attempt you want to put in.
They
Good
certainly
luck when
don't
it's the
give much away,
Japanese.
do they?
Heisman, 150 kilos.
Anhilda Anadotja from Iceland, 150 kilograms.
And this is a conservative 2.5 kilo jump. Usually you see a lot bigger jump in the squat, particularly in the 72 kilo class.
Yeah, and I imagine she might have planned to take a bigger jump, came off after 147.5. Says to the coach, you know, look, I'm really not feeling it.
Yeah, maybe adjust.
Maybe I just need another short one to
yeah.
get everything warmed up properly.
You know what? That moved better than her
Yeah.
opener.
That was better than her opener.
And that does happen. Your nervous system needs to wake up.
Yeah, it's a bit more awake now. She's ready to rumble. We might see a 5 kilo jump for a third. Nina Kondrasheva from Russia, 152.5 kilograms, sorry.
Now, this is going to tie the M2 world record.
So she's equaling the M2 record. I imagine there's some people watching this back home in Russia.
It is 2.5 kilo above her personal best. So we're already in PB territory. If she hits this, look for her to jump. Take a stab at that world record.
Yeah, so she did a 150 at the Nationals in Russia this year.
Well, looks solid enough.
That looked a bit faster than her opening lift, I think. Gets the 2 white lights, just 1 red on depth.
I'm expecting a 2.5 kilo jump.
Yeah,
Take the record.
I imagine she'll go for the 2.5 kilos to take the record.
Yeah, it's really not worth gambling 5 kilo.
Hey, Takeuchi from Japan, 160 kilograms.
Bars loaded.
That's a decent 10 kilo jump for Takeuchi.
You know, her form on the first lift was bang on point.
It's a minority.
And yeah, 10 kilos is a hefty jump, but with the technique that the Japanese lifters tend to present, I think she can manage it.
It is going to be a personal best. Wow, moved very well.
Moved well. Don't know if
Economical
she was
with depth.
deep enough there. Let's see. No,
Yeah,
not
okay,
quite.
So,
Just needs to sink it a bit lower.
yeah, it was close. It was about parallel.
Anna Maria Larsen Glowberg from Norway, 165. Just stitching up close to that personal best lift.
Oh, wow.
Whoa!
That was
Just
a
couldn't
huge
quite
fight.
get through. And she did a great job staying with that bar there. And
Yeah, she did.
And letting the spotters take the weight.
Yeah, you could take a look at this in slow-mo. It's going to seem like forever. Imagine what it seemed like for her.
I almost thought she was going to get through that.
Just
she was
below the
almost
lockout.
there.
Yeah. There's like a sticking point right before lockout. If you can get past it, you're good.
Louise Miller from Ireland, 167.5.
Oftentimes when somebody's squatting, they get stuck. All of a sudden you see a smile on their face because they recognize the sticking point and they just got past
Once
it.
you pass it, you can feel that difference.
You do. You feel the shift and you're going down the home stretch. She just couldn't quite get there. Taking her heels in. Nicely done.
Stands it back up. And the Irish get 3 white lights. Maria Letnes, Norway, 172.5.
So this is 2.5 kilo past her personal best. We're only in the second attempts.
She looks very, very determined.
Yeah, she rushed out there. Sometimes you get a little shy when it's your personal best. She's rushing to it. It's a good sign. Wow, she is determined for this one. And she handles that relatively easy.
Very well. One of our very esteemed colleagues on the media team made a very, very big call suggesting that the record would drop on the second lift. But Anna is waiting till her third.
I think it's a good move. I mean, you don't want to put all in on this record. You miss.
To rush a record.
Yeah, you miss. You're only moving forward with your opener.
Verona McPeak, Ireland, 172.5.
See if Verona has peaked well. Whoa.
Oh, just a little bit too much.
Or should I say Mick peaked well?
Oh, very well done. Now, Kondrasheva, the Russian, has shocked us all here. She's actually gone to 157.5 for a third.
Yeah, that is a little surprising. 152.5 wasn't exactly easy work.
So we'll see how she goes with that. But our next lift up, Barbara Orva from New Zealand, 180 kilograms.
175 moved well. This is going to match her personal best. Oh.
Handles it well
Yeah,
with strength, but
she
let's
could-
see how she went. If
I
she
think-
gets the 3 white lights,
I'm thinking she's good for another 5 kilo jump.
there's plenty in the tank. Maria Stin, 182.5. Now remember, Maria missed her opening lift on depth.
Opted to move up regardless.
Now moving to 182.5, just trying to keep in touch.
And that's when you're a veteran. You don't get rattled by things like missing your opener. If she was rattled, she wouldn't have moved up anyways. Obviously pretty confident. Probably some weight she's hit dozens of times in her life. She just has to sink it, and it wasn't like it was way high. A fraction more is fine.
No, there wasn't much in it.
That should be there.
That looks better.
Yep. And she still went up.
And she gets the 3 white lights.
The gamble pays off. Take another look here. Yeah, depth was definitely way better this time.
Annika Zalander from Sweden, 190 kilograms.
So we're already in personal best territory. And she looks genuinely happy to be here. If the
she's
pressure's
pretty
getting to her,
excited.
yeah,
not
you
showing.
can't see it. Like a total opposite of the Japanese lifters, showing no emotion. And a high bar squatter too, very upright. Oh.
Whoa, just gets a little away from her there.
And a
Putting her
Zerker
off
squat by the
balance.
back squatter.
Putting her off balance.
That was an awkward remount. Let's take a look here. Oh, yeah, you see the hip shift in underneath.
Yeah, she just tried to catch that. Just tried to bring herself forward to catch the off balance, but unfortunately the weight just pushed the whole body forward.
She actually looked on her walkout a little bit unstable, but it looked like the weight had settled before she went.
Ana Castellan from Brazil, 195 kilograms.
This is 1 kilo below her personal best. So if she's going to take a run at that 200 kilo world record, this has got to move.
This one's going to need to go fast.
It's got to move because 5 kilo can be a big drop off. And if you're just chasing a world record as opposed to being a little more shy of it and adding kilos to your total, and you miss, you open the door for these contenders. So what's more important, the world record or adding kilos and taking the world championship? Decisions she's got to make. And the Brazilian fans in the crowd, if you got 3 of them, they sound like 30, and she's got about 30, so do the math.
This is an important lift, not in respect to numbers. Her total is solid, even with just her opener. Having her confidence to go after the record.
She's baring teeth and fighting through it. Oh, wow! Look at that engine revving.
She fights it, but I think she's at the end of a tank there.
Yeah.
How much has she got left in her?
I wouldn't suggest going for that record. That was.
Don't know. We're going to see a record today.
She labored
That was
greatly for that.
a lot of work.
I would say 2.5 kilos, and even then, she's going to empty the tank for those 2.5.
That was a
It's
lot of work.
a hell of a show, though. Wow. And I told you, these Brazilians can scrap, and of all of them, she may have the biggest heart.
We'll come around to the start for our third attempts. Annette Peterson, 135 kilograms. She's had 2 good lifts so far.
Now, Stin and Zealander, who are chasing Anna Rose, are both going to attempt 190 in their final squat. And it is going to be a tight race. Oh, no, she kind of buckled at the bottom. Oh, she regained, though. You saw buckle once she hit the bottom and was able to regain form. Take a look at the slow-mo replay here.
She's done similar on both her previous lifts
Buckled.
as well, and somehow she just pulls it back.
Yeah, she could probably get a little tighter up top through the core.
Dina Power from the Republic of South Africa, 135. Missed this on her second attempt.
Dina Power. She's a candidate attorney.
Coming out for her third lift. And the nerves are tough. You miss your second, you got to come out and do it again. And sometimes the nerves can really play a role.
Yeah, nerves are going to be a factor even if you haven't missed. Facing the same weight that you just missed is always a dicey proposition, especially when the world's watching.
She's going to fight it,
wow.
and she gets to the top.
Yeah,
What a fight.
Yeah.
She gets the 3 white lights. That was a great fight.
That was almost all willpower right there. Yelled, come on, and kept pushing. Righted the ship and got the lockout.
Yuka Okada from Japan, 145.
When the fight comes on and you had previously missed it, that's when the doubt creeps in, the anxiety hits.
That was one heck of a fight.
When the doubt came on, anxiety hit, she let out a war cry and finished it. Nicely done.
And Castellan has put in 197.5.
That's exactly what I would
Very,
suggest.
very smart move.
And even that is a pretty big ask. It's going to be on the line for depth. Pretty smooth, but on the line for
Great
depth.
technique, though.
Yeah.
And she gets the 3 white lights.
Yep. And the Japanese head coach is wearing a Canadian T-shirt.
That's what
You
we
must-
like to see. And Hilda Anna Anadottir from Iceland, 152.5.
Supporting the local economy.
Bars loaded, Iceland, Anna, Anadottir.
2.5 kilo jump. And this is still 2.5 kilos shy of her previous best, but the second attempt was definitely nearing her limit.
152.5.
Oh, wow.
Puts in the fight, stands it back up.
Yeah, she got a lot of momentum out of that hole, and this time carried it right through the sticking
Yeah,
point.
really making good use of the stretch shortness cycle.
Yeah, that might have even moved better than her second attempt. Now, this will be the world record attempt, and we had said 2.5 kilo
2.5,
maybe.
but she's gone the 5. So Nina Kondrasheva from Russia, 157.5 for an M2 record.
Is she overreaching?
Born at 1960, still competing competitively in the Opens and showing these young guns how it's done.
We are way over her personal best.
157.5 for a world record.
Masters 2 world record. She's 58 years old. Give her a big round of applause. Come on now, Nina.
Has she got the fight in the tank?
Yeah. Depth. Oh, wow.
Wow, she puts the fight in and stands it
That
back
was-
up. And
It
she
was-
gets the world record.
Very deep and moved pretty fast. I was expecting at least some slowdown. We'll see some pausing and some sticking points, but no, battles right through
She
it.
was making sure there was no questions.
Load the bar up for Ai.
Ai Takeuchi from Japan, 160 kilograms. Now she missed this on her second attempt. But she's got some work ahead of her now.
We've seen a couple lifters battle back. Oh, she fights. Yeah,
And she gets to the top.
I think
Well,
she's
let's see
got
what they
it.
say. And she has.
Well done.
Anamara Larsen Løberg from Norway, 165. Again, missing this on her second attempt.
So far, we've had a pretty good success rate. Everybody who missed has come back and hit. Looking to keep the trend going. The Norwegian has hit 167.5 previously.
Here we go. And she puts in the fight,
I
and
think
she
she's
stands
done
that
it.
one up. She beat the demon on that one.
Wow.
3 white lights.
Here she comes, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, can the trend continue? Rana McPeak from Ireland, 172.5, missing this on her second attempt.
It's got to build your confidence when you're out back. Positivity is contagious. And everybody's been coming back and hitting the exact same weight they had missed, sometimes even going heavier and hitting it. It is possible. Oh!
Puts in the fight, makes it look easy.
Makes you wonder. Yeah, this,
Makes you wonder what happened on the second one.
we are on quite the roll. Now, obviously, the ultimate comeback will be if the Swede Zealander takes 190, that literally pinned her to the ground, turn around and hit that.
That's a tough call, that one is, but I think she can do it. Louise Miller from Ireland, 175.
Bars loaded. She's under Sean Ryan's tutelage, president of the IPF, Irish Powerlifting.
175 kilograms.
Come on up, please. Let's sink it deep and fire out of the hole now.
This is a good 5 kilo more than she's ever squatted.
Yeah, it looks like she's really feeling that extra weight too.
Yeah, she's taking her time to set this one up.
Putting in the fight, it's a little bit too much though for her. Good job from the spotters there.
Yeah, she took her time to set it up. I don't mind getting a little tighter.
Yeah, she used a lot of energy though setting up there.
You just don't want to overthink it.
Yeah, and I think we might have seen a bit of overthinking there. Maria Letnes from Norway, 177.5 kilograms.
The bars loaded for Maria from Norway.
Wow, she's coming out fierce. And here's somebody who's not going to overthink it. She's just going to set it up,
She's going to scare the bar into submission.
hit that weight. She doesn't look
no
intimidated at
overthinking.
all. No. Oh,
Just a
coming back
bit
down.
too much to fight. She's a little disappointed with herself too.
You know what, though? Like, her previous best was 170. This is way over that.
Barbara Ova from New Zealand, 185 kilograms.
For the silver.
Hitting 180 successfully on her second.
Yeah, and that used to be her personal best.
So she's going to kick that out of the park.
Well, let's hope.
Let's go, Barbara.
We had a high success rate with people missing coming back, but not so high with people on third attempts trying to break their own personal bests.
Right, well, let's see how we go.
Yeah.
185.
We're well into the 400s now.
If anyone can do it, it's Ova from New Zealand.
Good depth. Oh!
Gonna work for it. Gets it back to the top.
I think she's good for it.
Three
White
lights.
lights.
Now we get
Temporarily.
some big numbers now.
Yep, and I think she's... Did she temporarily move herself into position?
She did.
Yep, silver medal.
So depending on what happens with these next 3 lifts,
Now, Zealander not just missed, but literally got projected forward from
Takes
this.
a lot of confidence to come back out
It does.
under
and
that bar after something like that happens.
she was all smiles last time. She's all business this time. Nope.
Too much for her.
Yep.
Yeah, look, getting nailed by the bar sometimes gives you a bit of a confidence knock. I mean, she wasn't hurt or anything like that, but
Nope.
it can really give you a fright.
Well, you see a whole change in attitude. Before she was smiling, clapping, and then came out all business. Well,
Time to bring you back down to earth.
yeah.
Say, hello, I'm heavy.
Yeah.
Rhea Stin with 190.
Now the veteran missed her opener, raised the weight, came back, smoked it. Putting on 190, can easily move herself into a silver medal position. But for her and Team Canada, more importantly, adding kilos onto her total. They see the Swede is battling for silver, and she missed 2 of her
That's
squats.
right.
Perfect opportunity for Rhea to advance now. So tight. Whoa,
Wow,
look
she
at
was
that.
slow in the bottom. I thought she was going to have a hard time, but she stands back up.
Here's where she really
She
put
gets
herself
the
in position to
lift.
get that win. Watch her elbows and back tension. Okay, we don't have the slow-mo replay. We'll take my word for it, Ted. There we are. See how tight her elbows never shift back and point towards the banner behind her. Keeps the position she started in. The lats are tight, chest up, head up, fights her way through.
And that looked better than the one before. So Anna Castellan, 197.5. Now that lift before at 195 was
She-
a very, very big fight.
She's going to have to reach very deep into that well for this one because 195 was
It
so
was
slow
tough.
and grindy.
Let's go, Anna.
And it's a little too much for her today.
And you know what if you got to miss like that. Don't grind out, empty out the gas
Yeah, there's
tank.
no point wasting a lot of time on a lift that isn't going to come through.
You know,
So that was a smart decision.
I would actually say she expended more energy with the squat she hit than the one she missed.
Yeah, look, she really played that one well. She knew it wasn't going to come up. She cut it out earlier. Let the spotters do their
Yeah,
job.
that's
Why
it.
waste energy if you know it's not going to come through? She's still got bench to go and deadlift to go. And yeah, you know what? If she hits her open, she's a clear favourite. But if she goes wasting energy on a squat like that, anything can happen on the bench and the deadlift, and she
Yeah.
can open the door for Rhea Stin
And we've seen
to
that.
sneak up behind. So
The
it's a
battle,
good call.
you had mentioned the Sweden Rhea. That's really close now. It's pivotal. Zealander actually came in slightly higher nomination than Rhea, but only moving forward with their opener squat. And then
Yeah,
Rhea
so-
staying in the pocket and nailing a 190 squat. Things kind of
Yeah,
closed
it
the
certainly
gap.
changed a few things, you know, and it's opened a few little doors and some little battles. And hats off to our Russian lifter as well for an M2 record, born in 1960 and still competing in the Opens and still being competitive. That's pretty amazing.
And she did not back off.
Not at all.
Her second attempt, I'm thinking maybe go up 2.5 kilo, especially seeing how it'd still be a world record.
And
Balked
she
at
threw on
that.
a 5.
Yeah, that's
so,
right.
You know what? You guys in the commentary box, you don't know anything.
She's
Here's
braver
another
than I
5.
am.
I'm going to show
That's
what to
right.
do. Well, don't go away. In about 20 minutes, we're going to come back and see these girls battle the bench press and see if any more doors open for anyone to come through. We'll see you in 20 minutes in Calgary. Welcome back to the bench press session here. The under 72 kilo women at the 2018 IPF Classic Powerlifting World Championships, brought to you by none other than Elico, SBD and Uplift. We're going to kick off our bench press session with Dina Power from the Republic of South Africa with 55 kilograms. Dina Power, the power lifter.
And take the bar.
She's hit 60 kilo before. Wow, that was pretty smooth.
Yeah, that was certainly no problems there.
Within 5 kilo of her best ever bench, I thought it'd be a little more work than that.
Anne-Marie Larsen Loberg from Norway, 70 kilograms.
She's a process engineer. The bar is loaded 70 kilos.
And these girls just wanting to get their openers out of the way and on the board. Good
Nicely
opening
done,
lift.
yep.
And it's just been brought to my attention that the Russian Kondrasheva is going to open at a Masters 2 world record.
Yeah, the current world record is 90 kilo, and she's going up 90.2. You get no chips for Master World Records if you want to lift in the open.
You've got to take the whole hog.
Yep.
Ai Takayuchi from Japan, 75 kilograms.
Expecting a big setup here on bench.
Very tight setup, probably a little bit slower off the chest than what she wanted. But she gets the 3 white lights.
Looked like there's a little bit of adjusting when she hit the chest. Can't really see from that angle.
Yuka Okada from Japan, 75 kilograms. Another Japanese lifter to watch this setup. Gets up on those shoulders to get them as far underneath as she can. Handles that superbly. Anilda Anna Anadocha from Iceland, 80 kilos. Getting up to some bigger numbers now. These are big bench presses.
Yeah, considering these are open, and I think every single one of these ladies are opening over body weight.
The Icelandic lifter looking at 80 kilograms.
And it's actually a little close to her nominated best, 82.5. And here's the thing with bench press. It falls off quickly.
Yeah,
You don't want to take too many risks.
And it doesn't progress super fast.
No.
Gets a long hold. And she handles that well. Got a very, very big arch, getting that chest up super high. Verona McPeak from Ireland, 82.5.
Now, speaking of lifters opening with their nominated best, the Swedish lifter, Zealander's opening with 120, That's her previous best in terms of her nominations. And considering how her squats went, I was a little surprised they didn't drop that. You had already said, and it's true, the bench doesn't rise. I mean, it's a law of percentages.
It just isn't a rapid riser. And Verona nails the 82.5.
It seems like a big risk when you got 3 attempts.
Yeah, you know, you just want to give yourself the opportunity to build and guarantee that first one. Nina Kondrasheva from Russia, 92.5, and I believe this will be a world record.
Yep, M2 right now stands at 90 kilo.
92.5, and this woman is showing the young guns just how it's done.
She's opening up the Masters to world record.
And she smokes it.
That
Thank you
moved
very
quick.
much.
That moved exactly like an opener should. Sometimes when you're chasing world records, you extend yourself because you're looking more at the plaque, not the
Well,
bigger picture.
There was no extension there.
Not the case there.
Barbara Over from New Zealand was 92.5.
On deck is Pedersen. In the hole is Millar.
.5 kilograms.
She's hit 100. This should move quickly.
Yeah, no problem with that one whatsoever. A
expected.
good choice for an opening lift. Annette Peterson from Denmark looking for 95. And there are some big bench presses coming.
Bars loaded. Okay.
It's flashing now. This is also an M2
M2
world
record
record.
as well. So she is going to try and knock over Nina's record.
We are actually going to have an M2 bench battle in the 72 Open.
Who is going to want it more?
Would not have expected M2 bench battles.
Did not see that coming in the Opens.
And that's the thing with powerlifting. It's one of those sports. You can have somebody 20 years old competing against somebody 58 years old, and they will go toe-to-toe.
Let's see if the net can snatch the gold medal away from her, the world record.
Well, it moved well.
Yeah, if you're reading into it, it's
And
kind of hard to see where either one of them will end up.
Nina has said, I want it back, and she's put in a 97.5 for her second attempt.
Yeah, that's a pretty big jump for the bench press, 5 kilos.
Louise Miller from Ireland, 97.5.
Malara's hit 103, assuming that's an Irish national record because there's a chip on there. Giving herself a little room to grow. I'm anticipating some 2.5 kilo jumps here. That's a big arch.
That's a good press, probably a little tougher than she wanted, but first bench gets the nerves of the roads, gets the neural pathways in line again.
Yeah, some people don't like especially in the bench press, they like the small conservative 2.5 kilo jumps. Feels heavy in their hands when they unrack, and it's a big 5 kilo jump. Especially it's a law of percentages. 5 kilos means more and more depending on where your bench is.
Maria Letnes from Norway, 115 kilograms.
On deck race, skin in the hole, Joliver.
Ooh, that was slow. It was clean and smooth, but it was very slow for an opening lift.
It's kind of surprising. She's hit 125 previously, and yeah, that was work for an opener.
Rhea Stin from Canada, 115.
This is one of Rhea's better events. She's pretty consistent with the bench press. She's medaled in the bench press previously at the World Championships.
Well, she's certainly one to watch here. And she is just consistently building that total, pegging down the heels of the Swede.
It's going to be a game of whoever can nail their third attempts in these disciplines.
And she's handled that beautifully.
Yeah. There wasn't even any slowdown. 3 by lights.
Annika Zelander from Sweden, 120. Now, she struggled with her squats.
Struggled mightily, got pinned twice in dramatic fashion, and this is her previous best bench. It's got to raise the question.
She's already opened the door a little bit for Rhea Stin to sneak through. Let's hope she can keep it closed.
I mean, usually when you have a couple bad squats, you want at least just smash your opening bench, build the confidence back. Even if she hits and it's a grinder, it doesn't leave her a lot of room to grow. You could use an easy win.
Come in, Danica.
But maybe her bench has grown a lot in training since previously when she hit this. Oh, and it looks like it has.
Very,
wow.
very well, 120.
And on the flip side,
And her confidence is back.
if you hit your previous best and it moves like that, it's another way. It's just
And
a
you
bit
can
of a...
see she's all smiles again.
Once again, the smile is back. It was a risky proposition, though.
Anna Castellan looking for 130 kilograms. It's a monster bench press on any standard.
Down to yellow and black, no red.
Uh-oh.
Ooh,
That's going to cost her.
just saw
It's going
a
to cost
little
her.
bit of a
yeah.
fault there.
You know,
Looks
that-
like she tried to jump the gun on the press
She-
call and mistimed everything.
Just a little excited. And even veterans like that, you make mistakes.
So we'll come back round for the second round for Dina Power, the power lifter. Looking at 60 kilograms.
Both Stin and Zealand are jumping up 5 kilo. It's going to be interesting to see. Does Anna move up like Rhea when she missed her opening squat, or does she retake 130? It's a little different when it's bench press. It's harder to grind them out. The jumps are far more significant in the bench press. It's a tough decision.
Dina Power. A good second attempt.
Yep.
A little bit of work.
I'm guessing 2.5, probably the next one.
Anne-Marie Larsen Løberg from Norway looking for 75 kilograms.
And Castellane is opting to retake that opening weight, and I think that's probably the best
Yeah, I
decision
think it's a
to make.
smart move. I mean,
The bench press is different than
would
the
have been a
squat.
little bit different if she got it all the way to the top and just got caught in a technicality.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she just mistimed everything, didn't get it off the chest.
Yeah, sometimes when it comes to the bench, 2.5 to 5 kilos could be a huge drop off, and you just can't risk that.
Larsen Løberg, Norway, 75 kilograms.
Come on, Anna Marie, 75 kilos.
Ooh, just a little bit too much. That 5 kilo jump proving to be a little difficult.
Now she's,
Takeuchi, Japan, 80 kilograms.
the Norwegians actually hit that before. Maybe she could do some readjustments.
Same weight. 5 to 5.
Takuchi with 80 kilo, and we should be still within her means. Oh, wow.
Struggles to get it off the chest.
Both those ladies have hit this kind of weight before.
Now we are going to see one heck of a
And-
battle for the M2 record because the Russian has put in 97.5, but the from Peterson from Denmark has gone 102.5 for a second attempt.
Yeah, that's a big jump.
That is huge. Yuka Okada from Japan, 80 kilograms.
Now it's been the case for the last two lifters, but again, she's hit this weight, and let's hope she nails it here. And this is why, if you miss your opener, you retake it. Don't jump up, even if you think you've hit your second weight that was planned before, because every day brings a new battle. Let's see what happens. All right.
Well done. Handles
Back
that
on
well.
track.
A good second lift.
Bars loaded for Anhilda Anna Onlotia.
White and silver.
Iceland.
Anhilda Anna Deutsche from Iceland, 82.5 kilograms.
And this would be her previous best. And you notice she comes out, tells the handoff guy once again where she wants it. Some people say, I just got to tell him once. Now, you know how many times they've given a handoff in this
Yeah,
flight?
these guys have been
They're not gonna
working
remember
all
you.
week,
Yeah.
all flight. Yeah, on a good day they might remember you, but yeah, it's tough out there.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe if you're Ray
Give them a
Williams and you
little
come
bit of a
back.
reminder.
Exactly. Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
a little bit too tough there.
White and silver, 5 and 4.
And it
She
looks
had a long hold before she got that start call.
quite a few of the lifters in this field are operating a little below their previous bests.
Yeah,
It'll
we've seen
be who
quite a
would-
few missed lifts on these second attempts.
And when the race is close, it's who adjusts to the day and gets the most successful attempts in.
Right, sorry.
Some people, you know, they hold firm and stubborn and they got a plan. They don't deviate. Even if there's warning signs, that's
You've
not your
got to
day.
be willing to have a plan A, plan B, plan C, and
Yeah.
even a D and E if you need to. Verona McPeak from Ireland, 87.5.
Nicely done.
Green, silver. Same height.
Nina Kondrasheva from Russia, 97.5, coming out to try and take that record back again.
Bars loaded.
She just set the world record, only to have it taken away by Peterson from Denmark, and now she's coming out to get it back.
Two young ladies in their 50s going toe-to-toe in our 72-kilo open. And they are setting up their deadlifts. Or, sorry, their benches.
It has been a long week. You're allowed to call them deadlifts.
This is her previous best, by the way. So she's getting pushed to the limit.
Is 97.5 kilos.
So the 92.5 was good, but 5 kilos is a big jump.
Oh,
And it's just a little bit too much for her.
You know what? Now you look at it, it's a good thing she snagged that record when she could in her opener, because that record was going to fall just moments later.
That's right. And 102 for Peterson. That's a massive jump.
She tried to keep pace.
Barbara Over from New Zealand, 97.5.
Only been competing 2 years and got a lot of room to grow from here. If this is the weight she's moving after only 2 years of competing,
Look
She's-
out in another
yeah.
couple of years' time.
and her form has been pretty bang on as well.
She is going to be chasing down the heels of the world champions in a couple of years.
She's hit 100 kilos.
And that
Oh.
was easy.
So her previous best is 100 kilos. That was 97.5. I'm thinking at least a 5-kilo jump there. That could have been her opener.
I think it was an extra 5. That was a very, very easy second lift.
Would you take it 7.5? See my 5, raise me 2.5.
You'd have to play the long game, and
Yeah.
maximum would be 5.
It's hard to tell when someone's been competing 2 years. The progress can be so quick.
And as we know, bench drops off very, very
You're
fast.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, and do you play it safe and just put an extra 2.5 kilos on there and look
Yeah.
at the deadlifts. Louise Miller from Ireland, 102.5.
But she's far from a finished package. She's got so much more growing in the next couple of years.
102.5 kilos. No handout. Oh, that was a great lift.
Yeah. You know, it's not often when someone has a big setup like that, it's the no handoff. You could kind of lose your shoulders because the angle you're unracking and then
Yeah.
pulling it over yourself.
You've got to make sure you're in exactly the right position
Yeah.
on that bar.
It's tough, but if that's how you train and you're used to it,
Annette Peterson also looking for that world record. She's already broken it. Now she wants 102.5.
she's trying to push it a little further and obviously add in kilos towards her total.
And the 95 moved very, very quick. Here's the 7.5 kilo jump. A little too much. We will see.
She's hit this once before. We'll see if she's on point today. Whoa, it's a
Grinding
struggle.
through it, but it is stopping.
Yeah, they got the re-rec command and they took it from her. Yep.
That was a big, tough grind.
And anyone wondering if she had hit that previously and why the world record was below it, world records have to be broken in international competition. You can't do it at national.
That's right. So you can't do it at nationals. Maria Letnes from Norway, 117.5.
The Norwegian has hit 125. Looks like she's going to continue to make another 7.5 kilo jump unless something unexpected happens here.
One 17.5. That was a tough lift, but she gets it to the top.
Yeah, I'm not sure about 7.5 kilo jump. Maybe 5 is a little more reasonable. You can't always hit and match your PRs.
Maria Stin, 120 kilograms.
So this is interesting. Her nominated is 118, and with that chip, looks like a national record. But her 115, which is only 3 kilos off that, moved like an opener should.
Absolutely.
So 120, which is 5 kilos up, and based off her opener, I think that was reasonable, is still a 2 kilo PR.
Yeah, so
It's kind of it. I'm interested in seeing how this is going to move and how easy she's going to
let's have a
hit
look.
this.
A little bit of work in that, but
Yeah.
moved pretty well.
But that being said, if you had told me that was a PR, I would have thought,
believe it.
really, I would have thought she hit it about half a dozen times. So,
I don't think there's another 5 kilos
no,
there.
no, 2.5 kilo, and that's going to be a lot. That's, by the way, a new Canadian record. But yeah, I think 2.5 kilo, and it's going to be 50-50 whether she hits it. We're getting close.
Annika Zelander from Sweden, 125.
Rebounded nicely after just getting crushed by two squats. Came out and smashed 120, which was her previous best bench. 5 kilo jump, completely adequate, I would say. Right
Yeah,
on.
I think so. She
Unless-
was all smiles again. Her confidence is back up again.
Unless the wheels fall off all over again, but I don't want to. Let's stay
I
positive.
think she's back on track again now. And Rhea Stin just put in 122.5, so
Oh,
very, very well handled.
and the momentum is building
And
for
you
the
can see
Swede
her confidence has come back.
at an all-time high.
Now,
Nicely done.
Here we go with a tough lift. Ana Castellan from Brazil missed her opening 130.
Yep.
Now she really has to get this.
Even veterans.
It's
Sorry, go ahead.
important for the numbers, but it's important because the pressure she will be under on the third lift if she misses this one.
Well, the two contenders that are nipping at her heels both hit their last two benches, and now Anna jumped the gun and had to retake her opener.
That looked better,
It looked better for sure. Whoa.
but it was still a bit of a tough lift.
You know what? Well, that's exactly it. So that's why I'm glad she retook the weight, because that was a bit of work. And had she jumped up,
Yeah, look, I think there's only a 132.5 in there.
I would say.
We'll come around for the third round of bench press with Dina Power, the power lifter from the Republic of South Africa, looking for 62.5.
Bars loaded, Dina Power, 62.5 kilos.
Dina looking to hit a personal best here at the World Championships.
Not a bad place to do it if you can.
Yep. The variables, of course, you got international judges and international travel. It's a little different than a local meet.
And it's a little too much to
yet.
move off the chest.
Not yet.
Anne-Marie Larsen-Løberg from Norway wants 75. She missed this on her second attempt.
The Norwegian has hit this previously. We're going to see if she can hit it
Just
today.
didn't seem to get the right line she wanted on her second attempt.
You know, the thing with the bench press, a misgroove, and you really can't correct it. Sometimes in the squat, sometimes in the dead, it's possible, but the bench press, it's really do or die.
Yeah, and you know, after her opener at 70, a 5 kilo jump wasn't unreasonable. Did she just need to ignite the neural pathways a little bit? Let's see. And it is a little too much, so she'll miss that and go away with just her opener at 75. Ai Takeuchi from Japan, 80 kilos, again missing on that second attempt. Just couldn't get it moving.
Now, typical of the Japanese, she's got a big setup, maximizing all of her levers. With a big setup, you really got to stick to the script and follow the proper arc. And she does
That
this
was
time. There we
much
go.
better.
Much better. And that's where, when you see setup like that, and the Japanese do this, they can miss, come back and hit it, and make you wonder why it was missed ever in the first place.
Yeah, she just found the proper line on that one.
And
she
that's-
was able to drive it up.
And you have to hit that proper line.
The bars loaded.
The Brazilian Castellan has put in 135 for a third attempt. Arnilda Anna Anadocha from Iceland, 82.5 kilograms. She has no lift off, no handout.
And still a pretty big setup.
Oh, she gets through that sticking point. Did it dip or did it keep going up? And it
Yeah,
may
that was-
have dipped, and she gets 2 red lights.
Take another shot with the slow-mo. Yeah, there was definitely a stutter.
Yuka Okada from Japan, 85.
Bars loaded, 85 kilos.
5 kilo jump for Akata and 2.5 kilo over her previous personal best. And so far, only one lady has hit her third attempt.
Yeah, those third attempts are tough.
Oh, wow.
And even Yuka Okada having a hard time with the third attempt and misses that.
The success rate here on these third attempts
It's
is
a very
not
low
good.
percentage.
Yeah, and that kind of, when we're looking at the top, it might come down to who's going to nail all the thirds.
All right, Brian McPeak from Ireland, 90 kilos. Let's see if she can turn this success rate around a little bit. And she
There we
does.
go. Getting a little more green on that scorecard. 3 white lights.
Nina Kondrasheva from Russia looking at 97.5. Let's see if she can get that Masters 2 world record back again.
Now, she took the world record with her opener. You know she was looking at the nominations, and the world record was going to be in danger immediately afterwards because she's going to see there's another M2 with a bigger bench.
That's right.
But now it's time to add a few kilos onto that total.
Here we go, 97.5. Come on, Nina.
Oh, I
she's
think she might
worked
have
to
it
the
this time.
top.
And there you go.
Gets the rack call. What a comeback.
3 white
3 white
lights.
lights and another world record.
And I was trying to stay optimistic. It is really hard
What
to come back
a
on the bench.
comeback on that one. Barbara Over from New Zealand, 102.5.
5 kilo jump for Barbara. And the way 97.5 moved,
Yeah, look, I think 102.5 is there. That 5 kilo jump, though, is tough on the last lift.
yeah, we were either discussing 5 kilo or 7.5 kilo.
Well, let's see how she handles it.
Sometimes when you're new on the international scene, you just want to build your total. You don't want to miss too many lifts. Keep your confidence high. You don't need to, take over the whole world in your first appearance.
That's right. Wow.
Yeah. Maybe
She
7.5.
absolutely smoked that, didn't she?
Yeah, and she might have 7.5, but even in her first appearance at the Worlds, I mean, we're talking top 5 in the world.
Absolutely. Annette Peterson from Denmark. Now, she's going to try and steal this record back with a 102.5. She missed this on her second, so this is a tough ask. But we just saw the Russian nail him on the third after missing the second, so anything can happen.
Based off the nominations, Peterson was coming in with the bigger bench,
Here we go.
but it's not always who has the bigger bench, it's who has the attempt selection.
Can she steal it back?
And she was the lighter lifter, so she actually only needed to do 97.5. Too late now.
Oh, she's going to... Oh,
that's a
she's
big
going to
stall,
drive it
though.
through. I am
No.
not quite. Wow, I thought for a second there she was going to get that.
And Kondrasheva
Wow.
actually takes that record back. That's a bit of an upset right there.
Wow. So she'll hold on to that record. I really thought she was going to drive through that, and then she just got stuck.
Talking to the U.S. coaching staff, and they said this before, and it's true, it's not always the lifter that's stronger that wins. It's attempt selection.
That's right.
I honestly believe Peterson has the bigger bench, is stronger, did a huge 10-kilo jump.
7.5 kilo jump from
Yeah.
95 to 102. That's a huge jump on a bench press,
Could she-
especially for a 72 kilo.
Could she have hit 97.5? Probably as a lighter lifter, she would end up higher up. But
That's right. Louise Miller, Ireland, 105.
2.5 kilo jump from her second attempt. She has a personal best of 103. We're venturing into her personal best now. If she can hit this,
And she does.
and she does. Now that should be an Irish national record.
And she hits that well, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty excited.
I think it was a good attempt selection by the Irish team.
Maria Letnes from Norway looking at 120.
Bars loaded.
Maria has hit 125 in competition before.
She is benching for the bronze medal position here.
Also put her into bronze medal position,
Body weight.
if temporarily.
Bronze medal. Give her a big hand now.
Here we go, 120 kilograms.
Nope.
It's a little bit too much. Just couldn't get the drive off the chest.
The top three in the bench.
Rhea Stin from Canada, 122.5.
So Ray had gained some ground in the squat.
Bars loaded.
Zealander
122.
looking to go 3 for 3 in the bench, and Zealander and Stin are pretty close in their totals.
Consistency is the key.
Yep. They're both looking to finish on the podium. Who's going to get silver? Who's going to get bronze? Still has to be decided. 2.5 kilo jump, and we thought that was probably what she was going to take.
Yeah, I think that was a wise decision.
Yep. Oh, it's close. Nope. Coming back down.
Just couldn't get the drive. So Annika Zalander from Sweden, 127.5.
And here's a chance. Stin missed her third. If she can hit her third and go 3 for 3, starting to build some ground
Yeah,
here.
that'll give her that extra couple of kilos on her. And she needs this because she really did struggle on those squats. And
Yeah.
she sort of opened the door a little bit there for Stin to come through. You can see her confidence is through the roof again.
Yeah, she was all
She's-
types of fired up from that 120 second attempt.
And she's all smiles. And I have a sneaking suspicion she might get this one. She just seems to be back on track.
She's definitely an emotional lifter.
Yeah, you can see the confidence knocked out of her after those squats.
Yeah, you could feel it, but she could bounce back from it, and she doesn't
and
bring
she
it into
has.
the bench.
Oh, looks like she just got completely out of line and lost all her tightness at the bottom.
Yeah, just a minute.
saying to a coach there.
Lost my shoulder, and once
Yeah.
you lose one of your shoulders after you set them up so nicely like that, there is really no recovery
She's
from
just
it.
leaving the door open a little bit.
As a matter of fact, it's best not to try to press it if you lost your shoulder. That's how you get an injury.
Ana Castellan, Brazil, 135.
We thought 130 was work, and we were shocked
Yeah,
by
look,
it because it was
I
their
think-
opening weight. But,
You see how she goes with the 135? It's a big jump considering she's had a bit of trouble at the start.
yep.
You know, was that her planned third lift anyway? And they've just skipped the 132.
Yeah.
And it's a little much.
Suspected.
So she'll go through with just her opener.
And looking back, it's a really good thing when she missed her opener, she decided to retake that weight as opposed to going up.
Yeah, look, and Zealander's left the door open a little bit there. I mean, Zealander started off really well with, you know, a fairly clear gap. Missed 2 of her squats and has opened the door a little bit for Stin to come through. Yeah, she might sneak up. It all comes down to the deadlift. You know, what we just saw was, you know, 2 people battling it out for world records. We just saw the world record change 3 times. So, you know, there's no telling what can happen in the next round with the deadlifts.
And who would have thought in the 72 kilo open, we see 2 M2s swapping the M2
Yeah, you know,
world record
and
back
it's quite
and forth.
amazing. And these aren't just any M2s. I mean, Kondrasheva is second in the Russian Championships
Yeah.
this year in the Open Russian Championship.
Go
So
to the Russian National Championships and see how well you do.
these
It's stiff
yeah,
competition.
these guys can lift.
Yeah.
You know, we see that. Who knows what's going to happen in the deadlift? We might see some more world records, a few more little battles peter out. And
And that's the thing. It's been a little shaky. Some of our favorites going forward with just like, for instance, Castellana,
Just
one bench,
only one
the
bench
Swede,
to put
one
on.
squat.
Yeah.
Really is anybody's game right now.
And Stin sitting there trying to get a little bit of consistency up, and Zealander's sort of left the door open just a little bit to see what happens in the deadlifts.
You don't want to miss this. It's
Well,
anybody's
don't
game.
go too
still.
far away. We are 20 minutes out from hitting off the deadlifts. Welcome back to the under 72 kilo women at the 2018 IPF Classic Powerlifting World Championships in Calgary, Canada. And we've seen quite a few world records already, up and down, some tussling around with world records. And we're just about to kick off the deadlift session here. And we've seen Castellan drop her benches and only go through with the one lift. And we've seen a few girls struggle with those third attempts.
Yep.
And the door is opening up for Araya Stin. So our first lifter.
They're shifting
We
around.
just have a little bit of a board issue with the.
That's not Dina Power.
Interestingly,
And
we've got a mistake
is that
here.
150?
We haven't.
They let her lift. Dina Power should be at the bottom of the order, though.
We may have had something happen to one of our athletes. Let's wait and see. So we have Louise Miller from Ireland looking at 160.
But Okada was listed not as a 150 opener, though. And, okay. 150 for Dina Power now.
Okay, so that was actually.
Okay, that was 135. Okay.
We just had a few issues with our board here. We're back on track now. So we've got Dina Power, the power lifter from the Republic of South Africa, with 150 kilograms.
All right, here comes Dina Power, Republic of South Africa, 150 kilos.
All of these girls wanting to get their first lift on the board.
Nicely done.
Lift is good.
Right, our boards are back on track and back in order, and we're back in order in the commentary box.
Louise Miller from Ireland.
Louise Miller from Ireland, 160 kilograms.
Ireland.
15 kilo below her personal best.
And the bar is loaded for Louise Miller. Only her second world championship. And handles that well.
Yep. And you see the chalk all over the face. Some of them like to rally themselves up by
Bit
slapping
of,
their own
bit of a
faces.
slap
Yeah.
here and there. And Hilda Anna Deutsche from Iceland, 160 kilograms. The numbers are coming up fast.
Amnoltia from Iceland, 160 kilos.
Reminds me of the old warhorse Jeff Becker when he comes out for his final deadlift. If he doesn't have chalk over his face, I'm worried. He's not ready. And 160. See how the Icelandic lifter. Oh, she's ready for a fight apparently. Puts her mouthpiece in. A little bit of work.
Yeah, probably not as quick as you'd like for an opening lift, but didn't seem to cause any trouble though.
Yeah, it's always hard comparing openers. Easy to compare another lifters, like the same lifters openers, because some people we've seen, like some of the Russians previously yesterday, always a little bit slow. And
That's right.
if you're
And
comparing them to
speaking
some
of
of
the
the others,
Russians,
uh-oh.
Nina Kondrasheva wants a total world record for M2, so she's going to open with 170. And if she gets this, she gets the world total record for M2.
170 kilos, 58 years
She is
old.
taking records left, right, and center.
and just scouting. Yeah, Peterson. Okay, she's falling behind about 20 kilo.
Well, that made 170 look pretty easy.
And
So
just
she'll
like
take
that,
the total world record, and I dare say she will add quite a bit to that.
Peterson of Denmark, willing to battle it out for the bench world record, but I believe the total she'll bow out.
A little bit far away, maybe.
Yeah.
Yuka Okada from Japan wants 170.
Bar is loaded, 170 kilos. Come on out, Japan. Okada.
Castellan and Zealand are opening on massive, massive deadlifts. It wasn't the cleanest opening deadlift I've ever seen. It certainly wasn't overly tough, but the line wasn't very good.
Yeah, I mean, even sometimes you hit your opener, there's indications there's not a lot of room to grow from it. You got to take smaller jumps.
Yeah, so we'll see where she goes over the next couple of lifts. Rhea Stin from Canada, 172.5.
Now, here's where the Swede has a good tactical advantage over Rhea. Because she's got a bigger dead, Rhea's got to chase her, and the Swede has the advantage of always just putting on enough to nudge ahead.
Just staying ahead.
Nicely done. And that, I think, the Canadian coaches are going to like. That's what they expected
It
with
was
that
a
kind
nice,
of weight.
clean opening
Look
lift.
at the pop at the top when the hips come through and the knees lock in place. No question about that.
Annette Peterson from Denmark, 175.
Kondrasheva's arch rival.
It certainly seems that way, doesn't it? Denmark and Russia going head to head.
You got Michael Jordan versus Larry Bird and Kondrasheva versus Peterson.
Annette Peterson, 175 kilograms.
And that did move pretty good
That's
as well.
a good,
yeah.
smooth opening lift. We're watching very closely to see where she goes with her second. Maria Letnes from Norway wants 177.5. Just getting the bar cleaned and ready for Maria. Well away from her personal best. So it should be a very, very manageable opening lift.
It's Norway, 117.5 kilos.
Nicely done.
No problem with that lift.
3 white lights. See her sit back, locking the lats. Nice sumo setup. Her hips didn't rise out of place. It's going to take a lot more weight till we see any kind of breakdown
I
technique.
think so. Bronna McPeak from Ireland, 180 kilograms.
Bars loaded, 180 kilos. This is the Killer Bee. Morona McPeak, 180 kilos from Ireland.
Oh, nice and easy.
Absolutely hammers that.
Yeah, she is not feeling any kind of fatigue based off that opener. Look at that.
And Barbara over from New Zealand with a whopping 190 kilogram opening lift.
And 190.5 is her best deadlift. Assuming
Wow.
that's going to be a New Zealand national
Well,
record.
We've seen her opening lifts in her other ones all being very, very close to PBs and have been no problems.
No, I'm expecting this to fly for her as well.
Come on, Barbara.
Well, that was a bit crooked. Probably not the cleanest of lift I was expecting.
Wow,
But she
she
gets it
looked
up there and
almost-
gets the 3 white lights.
She looked almost emotional as she walked off that platform. Is that just me or?
Might have moved a bit slower than she wanted. Ana Castellan from Brazil, 192.5 kilograms.
Talk about a power lifter that brings some emotion to the platform.
Yeah,
I
she's
don't-
always good to watch.
I'm not sure if she's going to be pressed today in order to show, her digging deep. But when she is pressed to dig deep, it's something to behold.
192.5 kilograms.
was a
Very, very nicely done.
very easy, smooth lift. Plenty of bar speed on there.
Viva Brazil!
Anne-Marie Larsen-Løberg from Norway, 192.5 as well. With some massive deadlifts.
Bars loaded, Anna-Marie Larson.
So we're starting to see
192
Castellane's lead is pretty big and looking more and more insurmountable, but we do have some medals up for grabs in terms of the deadlift event. And separating Stin and the Swede,
It's
10
a
kilo.
little bit of a tough lift from Norway.
You know what? Stin's going to have opposition by the New Zealander. The newcomer did an international.
She's coming up behind.
Yeah, they're within 5 kilo in the projected. And then the Swede is 10 kilo above Stin, so the podium hasn't settled just yet.
Not just yet. And Zealander with
Speak of
195.
the devil, here is Zealander.
Huge deadlift.
Now that's the tactical advantage she has. If she wants to defend her position in second place, she could see you coming.
Very, very nice opening lift.
And if you're gunning for her silver medal, she's got enough in the tank to battle back.
Yeah, she just told you to step away, please.
Yeah, focus on the bronze.
Ai Takeuchi from Japan, 145. Now, out of curiosity, what is the M2 deadlift record? Because I have a sneaky
100
suspicion Peterson's going to have a crack at it in the lift 3.
195 kilo.
Well, she's put in 187.5 for her second.
We're getting close.
The bars loaded.
Ai Takeuchi from Japan, 145 kilograms.
10 kilo jump despite 14 lifters in this flight. We're moving pretty quickly. That's what happens with the deadlifts, though.
And all of these ladies getting their first lifts on the board.
Yep, that's good to see. Leave the dramatics for the final lift.
Handles her second lift
Yeah.
very well.
She's got some more kilos left on the table.
Yeah, there's plenty left in the tank there. And Dina Power, the power lifter from Republic of South Africa, 162.5. Should be a personal best, is it?
2.5 kilo personal best.
Republic of South Africa. Did she pick the right profession or what? Bars loaded for Viva.
We've had two traditional powerlifting names so far in this competition, Ron Strong and Dina Power. 162.5. No problem at all.
Yeah, she could probably go up another 7.5 on that. See the little hip pump, breaks the inertia, follows it up, hips come through, shoulders are back.
And Hilda Anna Deutsche from Iceland, 165 kilograms.
Now her profile has a deadlift PR of 195, but if she's only jumping up 5 kilo from 160, I'm assuming that might be in gear or something like that. Gonna take a look at her nomination right now. 172.5 looks a lot more probable, and that's what her nominated deadlift is. Oh, and you see she's so she has a really wide grip. It's really far from her body. So when the weight comes on, it'll open you up, teeter you forward, and you're almost in a position to do a row as opposed to a
just
deadlift.
gets away, doesn't it?
That's why bringing the hands in a little closer to your body, you could pull your chest through and your hips come through a little easier.
Louise Miller, Ireland, 172.5.
12.5 kilo jump. Oh, I handled it well, too.
Nice lockout, Louise. Nice lockout.
Puts that second lift on the board.
The lift is good.
Nina Krondasheva with 180, so this will break the total record again if she gets this.
And you see the type of jumps some of these lifters are taking, 10 kilo, 12.5 kilo. That's why in the deadlifts, if you're a big deadlifter, you can cover ground real quick. Hang close in the squat, hang close in the
That's right.
bench,
Make
make
it
your
up at
play
the
in the
end.
deadlifts. Yep. This is where the cream starts to rise to the top. Here comes Nina.
For another world record, a total world record.
Total world record as it stands now, 243. Nina attempting to take it. Oh, no, it wouldn't be a total world record just yet because this would be, or actually, sorry. Yes, it would. 425 is the
There it is.
total world record. So there it is.
And that is a total world record. That is her third or fourth world record today.
It's starting to get hard to count. Well, she broke a record, came back and re-broke the same record, so
So this is her fourth world record today.
she'll be getting mail shortly after she gets home.
Yuka Okada from Japan looking at 180.
Out of silver.
She's hit 186 with that chip. That means it's a national record in Japan. Slowed at the top. Hip still came through. Shoulders back. 3 white lights.
That's the 3 whites. Rhea Stin, 182.5 from Canada.
Now Ray's got to start making some decisions. Do you take a stab at Zealander silver, or do you take a look behind you at the young New Zealander who's kind of coming out of nowhere and looking to press her for a bronze? 190 was work for the New Zealander, and she's popping up 10 kilo. If she misses her second attempt, Ray has got some breathing room. If she hits that second attempt at 200 kilo, Ray's got to keep her eyes on her. But first, Ray has got to hit 182.5. Oh, it's work as well.
That
It's
was work,
consistent. And that's what a veteran does. The bar speed slows, but it's consistent, and the hits come through. I don't know how many more keys Ray's got in her.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot left there.
Yeah, she's probably going to be looking at defending that bronze. All eyes on the New Zealander when she attempts her 200 kilo. We'll see how much of a threat she is.
Maria Letnes from Norway, 185.
Seven and a half kilo jump from her opener.
And the bar is loaded for Maria at 185 kilograms. She's fired up.
You know, you're starting to see some of the young guns here. The number 1, 2, and 3, all born in the 80s. The number 4, 5, and 6, all born in the 90s. And that's an indication the next generation is coming.
It's on its way.
Three white lights. And the New Zealander trying to force her hand and say, it's not just on its way. It's here.
Yeah, they're coming for you. So Annette Peterson from Denmark, 187.5.
Born in the 60s. Pretty much every generation represented here except for any of those born in the 70s. Quite the spread. And her opener moved pretty well. 12.5 kilos, a nice jump.
Yeah, look, it's a fairly reasonable jump. I can't see it being too much trouble.
No, and she's got pretty good form. I think if she has to gut it out, she's good for it. Based off the bar speed of her opener. Locks the lat, sits back. Yep.
A little bit of work in the lockout there, but she gets it to the top.
A smaller jump for her third attempt, but that was a nice dead. I think a good attempt selection.
Verona McPeak, 195.
Verona McPeak from Ireland, 195 kilograms.
Yeah, 15 kilo jump.
And then we've got 3 ladies lifting 200.
200 kilos and up from here.
Well done, she handles that.
Yeah. And
You know-
15 kilos is a sizable jump for your opener. The
Absolutely.
bar speed stayed decent.
And it's funny, it wasn't that long ago where we didn't see 200 kilo lifts in the women's deadlift.
The progress
And
in the
now
sport all
they're
round has been
everywhere.
phenomenal. 200 kilos by a Zealander. She's really trying to convince Rhea, protect your bronze and stop looking at my silver.
Yeah, and I think she's just about at the point now where Ray is going to have to stop looking at that.
Well, if she hits this with some kind of speed,
Well, she hit that quite well. She had a
Yeah.
little bit of stumble in the lockout, but nothing that was going to bother her at all.
So Rhea had picked her third attempt in a position where if Zealander had missed her second, Rhea would be moving into silver. Now that didn't happen. So we're gonna obviously see Zealander put in a lift that'll keep pushing that silver out of reach.
Ana Castellan from Brazil, 200 kilograms.
And Anna at this point, you gotta assume too far ahead for anybody to catch up.
Looks like Peterson is going to go for that world record in the deadlift.
Anna has pulled 205 previously.
Come on, Anna, let's put this one on the board.
Zealander put in a 220 last attempt. I'm assuming that's a placeholder. You're allowed 2 changes. She just wants to see what Stin's going to do. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
So-
Anna handles that 200 like it's an absolute baby.
Not that there was much hope for anybody to go after her goal, but now there's
Very
pretty much
clearly
none.
no hope now. The Barbara Ova from New Zealand is also going to hit 200.
200 kilos.
And she is
Now, she
really...
really struggled on her opener, didn't she?
She did.
It looked harder
And
than
it
it should have looked.
10 kilo is a big jump.
It
You see what
is.
she's trying to do. She's trying to get close enough to press Stin with her final attempt. She's watching Stin. If Stin misses, she's going for that bronze. She's a lot more fired up this time than her opener. We'll see if it makes a difference. It
It
can.
is a big, big jump for a young girl.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
I got to say, it looks better than her opener.
She is all types fired up, gaining momentum.
That looks a lot better than her opening. really.
Yeah. You know what? So sometimes the intensity it's the adrenaline. It's why some people at home are taking pre-workout before the
She's
workouts.
now sent a message to Rhea Stin.
There's a battle for the bronze. You know, the 1, 2, 3 has not been decided just yet. Not when you have a young, tenacious contender like that in the field.
Anne-Marie Larsen Løberg from Norway, 202.5.
She managed that 10 kilo. How much further can the New Zealander take it? But first, the Norwegian. Whoa, lots of heart on display, but that's... Oh!
That is a hard lift.
You know what? The shoulders back. That was a
Gets
really
it to
good
the top.
pull.
Did she get a lock? She does.
She did. I said,
Oh,
but it was about to say, I don't think she's going to complete it.
I tell you, there's nothing in the
Look
tank
at
though,
that
is there?
pull.
I mean, clearly she only goes 205 for a third, but wow, is she going to be able to pull it? And the Icelandic lifter has opted not to take her third lift.
Yeah, she missed 165, and something might be going on there.
Ai Takeuchi from Japan, 155.
So just a heads up, the New Zealander putting on 205, 5 kilo jump, which is totally plausible. Put her in position. If Stin misses her last attempt, she's got the bronze.
Yeah,
'Cause she's
coming
lighter.
after it.
Oh, it's going to come down to the last deadlifts. It's a good position both by the Canadians and the New Zealander team.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
Nope.
Wow.
A little too much.
Just a bit too much there.
Put a little sheepish smile, but she came out, gave it a tug, see if it's possible.
Dina Power, the power lifter from the Republic of South Africa, 175.
So at this point, I don't think Stin is going to raise her dead to chase Zealander's silver. I think she's actually going to defend bronze.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the smartest move.
I think
for
it
her.
is the proper move.
Yeah, it's a big ask to go after the next position.
Yep. You got to look at what's most probable. And the way that Ova has been just marching towards this bronze.
Dina Power.
Oh, Dina Power powers through with the lockout. 3 white lights, and she goes 3 for 3. That was nicely done. 12.5 kilo jump, too.
Louise Miller from Ireland, 180.
180 kilos.
Oh. Larson from Norway has 225.
Bars loaded.
That has got to change, I'm assuming, no?
That has certainly got to be a bluff.
You would think that's a bluff. If she comes out for that, that is a monster deadlift. Oh, Millard, nope.
Oh, just
Rip.
can't quite hang on to it. Disappointed with herself, but you know
Yep.
what? She's had a pretty good day.
Not bad.
Now, Rhea Stin, 187.5.
Now, Stin needs this to protect her bronze. She has the young New Zealander marching up that hill for it. It's a 5 kilo jump from her second. Definitely within reason for Stin. I think it's a well-placed attempt. Any more and she might fail. And it just might be enough to protect her position on the podium.
I mean, if she misses this, the door opens for
Yeah.
New Zealand to come through and steal the bronze.
But honestly, I think just 2.5 kilo wouldn't have been enough. So I think she's doing the right. You got to go at least 5.
She's
Otherwise,
made
it's too
she's
light.
made a very, very good move.
Yeah,
and
it's-
I think it's quite within reason.
It should be. Oh, wow.
She's had to work.
She
and
knew.
She works hard.
She knew it was at stake.
Wow.
It got her 3 whites. Now she's done her part. The Canadian coaching staff did their part. And we're going to have to wait to see the conclusion. Look at that. Slow and steady. She has no sticking points.
So Yuka Okada is going to pull 187.5 from Japan.
Bars loaded for her.
187.5.
$187. Okada looking to kill this last dead attempt. Nope.
Oh, she worked so hard to get that to the top.
Yeah, it was coming out of her hands, and you could see
And
she
then
needed that down
just
command in a
lost
hurry.
it.
Yeah, her knees were quite settled, and
Nina Kondrasheva from Russia, 190 to take her record again.
yeah, going to push that record just a little bit further. Record previously stood at 435.
Yeah, looking to push to 445.
Pop another 10 keys on there.
Bars loaded.
10 kilos is a pretty big jump. Be interesting to see if she's going to grind this one out.
Well, I've watched her lift, and each one seems to get better and better.
I don't doubt her heart. Oh, wow. Nope.
Oh, it's just a little bit too much. Couldn't get it to lock out. Certainly gave it her best. Maria Letnes from Norway wants 192.5 as well.
Maria Necklace.
She'll be finishing in the top 5.
It looks like Zealander is going to go after the silver.
Yeah. She's just trying
Changed
to
her lift, upped it a little bit to try and pull for that silver medal.
in deadlift. Is that what she's pulling? Yeah. Oh. A little bit of waving. Oh, wow.
She's excited.
Yeah, she is.
And she gets the white lights.
3 for 3, and she has had a pretty good day, finishing in the top 5 so far. A top 5 finish in the world.
Masters 2 world record is set for Annette.
And we have an M2 world record in the deadlift, 197.5 for Annette Peterson from Denmark. Can she get a world record? She went after the bench world record, battled it out with the Russian and lost the world record there. And Peterson wants another one. And on the third lift, there's no better time to do it.
187 was reasonable. 10 kilo can change a lot. Oh, the hips came up first, though.
She's got it back. Can she lock?
Oh,
Gets
that's
to the top.
kind of an untidy, uneven lockout, but I think
Let's
she
see
might
if it's
have it.
enough.
3
And
white
it
lights.
is.
Wow.
Another world record.
Yep.
Ana Castellan from Brazil, 205. And that's probably the right call.
She's hit this before, but she's such an emotional lifter. It's when she's pressed that she really performs at her best. If you're chasing her and she feels like she's got to pull it for the win, but in this case, it's more just for pride, for extra
in
kilos.
this case, she
It's-
just needs to put it on the board. Well, she doesn't even need to put it on the board.
yeah, so it depends on the lifter, right?
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your world champion right here. No one can beat her unless they do some form of miracle. In which case, this is your world champion, Ana Castellan from Brazil. And just can't hold the 205 at the top. Bronner McPeak, 205 as well.
Big Peak. She is now pulling for the gold.
So at
So-
the moment, if you can beat 200, you can get the silver on the deadlift. Zealander's just put in a change in her lift as well.
From Belfast, Ireland.
She's gonna-
220 holds.
She is going to
Zealander's
try and
going
pull
for the win.
gold medal overall.
Whoa! Zealander, that is a 20 kilo jump from
That
your second
is
to your third.
Huge.
But her silver's not at stake.
Does she have enough in the tank to pull that gold medal away from Anna?
Huge dead by McPeak right now. Nope,
And
she shakes her
it
head.
off.
No.
Nope, not going to happen today.
I think
Just
she just-
shakes her head.
She had to extend her right leg. I think she felt something cramping up and thought, best walk away from this one. Good pull, though.
Anna Marie Larsen Løberg from Norway.
The last 2 lifts will decide bronze, silver, and gold because Zealander decided, hey, Stin never went after and challenged my silver. I'm comfortable here. I might as well pull for the gold. It's a 20 kilo jump. Well, you got nothing to lose.
And Ova from New Zealand is going, you know what? I'm going to take a crack
She's
at this
thinking the
from-
same thing.
from
Yeah.
now. Stin might end up missing out. Let's see what happens.
A big shakeup could happen. It's a big ask for both those lifters, but that plane ride home,
But
they'd
you've
be
got-
thinking I could have, would have, should have.
You
They
have
don't
to
go
give
for
it
it.
a crack.
Yep. Whoa.
Wow, that is commitment.
Yeah, that is a commitment to a pull if there ever was one. Let's see
Did
if
she
she's
get her
rewarded.
knees in place?
No, you know what? It's got to be said that the shoulders weren't fully
Oh.
back. We all liked how much heart she showed, but look at the shoulders roll forward, and they don't entirely ever go back.
And those knees are
Yeah, the
soft.
knees are shaky. The knees are kind of open
Those
as she
knees
leans back.
Never locked. Barbara Orva, 210 kilograms. So she is pulling for the overall bronze medal.
Look at just 2 years of competing, 25 years old, throwing a Hail Mary pass to try to take a bronze.
Now her-
It's gutsy, it's courageous.
Her opening lift looked tough and average. Her second lift looked really good.
Look how fired up.
Let's see if she's got 210 in the tank to
Whoa.
steal that medal away from Rhea Stin.
She is all types of fired up, and the crowd is fired up with her. Whoa! Oh, wow!
Don't think it's gonna go.
No, it's
no,
a
dipped
little
out.
heavy.
Boy,
A
did she
huge
give that a
performance,
crack.
though. Nicely done.
I reckon Ray Estin was out the
Gave-
back there thinking for a second, this is it, I've lost my medal.
Gave the Canadian team a heart attack.
Wow, what
Came
an
out
effort,
of
though.
nowhere. We weren't expecting that battle, but it was a pleasant surprise for
Now, with
entertainment
the
value.
final pull of the morning of this session, Zealander from Sweden is going to try and pull 220 to steal the gold medal away from Castellan from Brazil. And wouldn't that be an upset?
Yeah, this honestly a 20-kilo jump. She only took a 15-kilo jump from opener to second. 20-kilo jump from second to third attempts.
And we've
is
been talking, and we've
almost
been
unheard
talking
of.
that Castellina didn't really have to do that much because she's so far ahead. And here comes Zealander having a go at it.
No,
That's a little too much, but you had to give it a go.
You might as well have. I mean, you're not risking your silver.
So we end
Wow.
up with Castellina with a gold medal. Overall, Zealander with the silver medal and Steen with the bronze medal. And a lot of world records are dropping left, right, and centre. We've seen our two M2 lifters that are competing in the Opens, finishing. You know, we should just highlight this. The Russian has finished in the Opens 9th in the world, and Denmark finishing 10th in the world in the Opens
Master
as
two lifters.
M2 lifters.
Yeah.
So your 9th ranked top lifter in the world from the World Championships is an M2, and so is your 10th. Wow.
Yeah, it's something else. You can't call it. Literally, you have women 25 years old competing against women 58 years old. How many other sports can you have that kind
It's
of thing
absolutely
taking
amazing.
place?
It's fantastic. And they're not just competing, they're being competitive as well. So
And speaking on that 25-year-old, real quick, where did she come from?
Wow.
2 years competing and
She
gave the
came-
Canadians a heart attack, almost snagging a medal.
she came very, very close to stealing that bronze medal away from Ray Estin.
Watch
I'm
out
pretty
for her
sure
next
the
year.
Canadians were standing at the back in panic mode, just watching that go on. So, well, the action keeps unfolding. We've got a lot more to come this afternoon. We've got the 83 men at 5 p.m., and that is going to be
The Battle of the 83s is heavily hyped. Brett Gibbs, Russell Orhai, who's going to take it?
That is gonna be
World
a tough
records are
one,
going to
isn't it?
fall.
So we'll be back here at 5 o'clock for the 83s.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 72 kilo weight class open category. In the squat, the bronze, handing out the medals, ladies and gentlemen, Robert Keller, Secretary General of the IPF, give him a round of applause. And Gaston Perage, President of the IPF, give him a round of applause. 72 kilo weight class open category in the squat, the bronze medal winner, hailing from Brazil, Barbara Ova. What did I say, Brazil? My apologies. In the bronze medal position from New Zealand, Barbara Ova. Sorry, sir. From New Zealand, Kia Kaha. I'm getting tired. Did I just say Kiwi Kaha? And the silver medal winner from Canada, a big round of applause for Raya Steele. And the gold medal winner, hailing from Brazil, Ana Castellan.
All right, ladies. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Back now, we'll move on to the bench press in the bronze medal position, hailing from Canada, Raya Steele. Silver medal winner from Sweden, Annika Zellender. And the gold medal winner from Brazil, Ana Castellan. Photos for the ladies.
All right, ladies. 1, 2, 3.
Let's move on to the deadlift. Now, bronze medal winner, New Zealand, Barbara Ova. Silver medal winner, Brazil, Ana Castellan. And the gold medal winner, hailing from Norway, Anna Marie Larsen.
All right, ladies. 1, 2, 3.
All right, let's move on to the total category. Ladies and gentlemen, the bronze medal winner, hailing from Canada, a big round of applause for Raya Steele. Silver medal winner from Sweden, Annika Zellender. And the gold medal winner, hailing from Brazil, a huge round of applause for Ana Castellan. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Brazilian national anthem. Casey will escort you off after George starts the exit music. Give them a big round now. Give them a big round of applause.